I didn't plan for the toast to become a correction. Thanksgiving at my aunt's house has always operated on choreography. She cooks, we praise, she waves off the praise while absorbing it completely. It's not malicious, it's just how things have always been arranged. That year, I was 32 and finally stable. New job, apartment with windows that didn't rattle. I've been thinking a lot about the years after college when I moved back home broke and embarrassed. I had no car then. I remember walking to job interviews in dress shoes that blistered my heels. And I remember the bicycle. It had appeared one morning in the driveway with a bow taped to the handle. My mom told me my aunt had helped pay for it. She didn't want to make a big deal, she'd said. That bike got me to work for nearly a year. So when we were gathered around the table, turkey steaming, my cousins arguing about politics in low, careful tones, I raised my glass and said, "I just want to say thank you to Aunt Carol for the bike you gave me when I was starting out. It meant more than you probably knew." I meant it. It wasn't strategic. It felt overdue. The kitchen went quiet. She was standing at the stove, spoon mid-air, stirring gravy. She didn't turn around right away. Then she did. "I gave you a Mercedes-Benz, though." It wasn't loud. It wasn't joking. It landed flat and solid. My sister, seated across from me, choked on her coffee, actually spit it back into her cup. No one laughed. I thought maybe I'd missed me. "I'm sorry," I said. "I gave you a car," my aunt continued. "A Mercedes, not a bicycle." The room shifted in a way that's hard to describe. It wasn't explosive. It was structural, like a beam had been nudged out of place. I felt something very specific in my chest. Not anger, not panic, a kind of careful scanning. I replayed a memory the way you check a receipt twice before disputing a charge. There had been no car. I would have remembered a car. My sister stared at me. I could see the same calculation happening behind her eyes. I kept my voice level. "When was that?" Aunt Carol set the spoon down. "Right after you graduated. You needed transportation. I wasn't going to let you struggle." Her tone had shifted into something wounded, as if I'd rejected generosity instead of thanked her. I pictured that year again, my part-time retail job, the bus schedules taped to my wall, the bike chain that slipped every few weeks. I remembered locking it outside the grocery store in the rain. There was no car. "I don't remember a car," I said carefully. "You don't remember a lot of things," she replied. That's when the hierarchy tried to reassert itself. She was older, wealthier, the host, the narrative authority. A couple of relatives murmured things like, "Maybe it was complicated," or "Memory's funny." My sister didn't murmur. She stood up. "I'm pretty sure we'd all remember a Mercedes," she said. "Not sharp, just factual." She pulled out her phone. And here's the part that shifted everything. Not dramatically, not theatrically, just visibly. She opened our old family group chat, scrolled back years. There it was, a message from my mom, a photo of the bike in the driveway, caption, "Thank you, Carol, he loves it." Below it, my aunt's reply, "Happy to help with half." My sister kept scrolling. Then she opened her banking app and searched old transfers from my aunt to my mom. There was one labeled bike. No insurance policy, no registration paperwork, no dealership congratulations, nothing that resembles a car purchase. She didn't wave the phone around. She simply turned it toward the center of the table. The room leaned in. No one said, "Gotcha." No one needed to. My aunt looked at the screen for a long moment. Then she exhaled through her nose. "Well," she said, "I had planned to help you with a car. It just didn't work out." The statement floated there, smaller now. Something in me loosened because this wasn't about transportation. It wasn't even about exaggeration. It was about ownership of the past, about who gets to decide what they've given and what they're owed in return. I appreciated the bike. It got me where I needed to go. I didn't say anything else. Dinner resumed slowly. Plates passed. Someone asked about mashed potatoes. My aunt returned to the stove, but the air had changed. She was quieter.
Not humiliated, not attacked, just recalibrated, and I understood something I hadn't before. Sometimes people inflate their generosity because they need to believe they've done something grand. It makes them feel central, necessary, powerful. Maybe she had imagined the car so many times it felt real. Or maybe the idea of giving me only half a bike didn't fit the version of herself she preferred. Either way, the truth had been placed gently on the table, and it didn't need decoration. When I left that night, my aunt hugged me as usual. The hug wasn't icy, but it wasn't theatrical either. "I always wanted the best for you," she said. "I know." And for the first time, gratitude didn't feel like a debt I might accidentally underpay. It felt clean. Not bigger than it was, not smaller.